Hey everybody, just coming to you again from Hayesville High School Greenhouse. Just want to update you on what's going on here. A horticulture class started tomato plants at one time before school was out, and just wanted to show you those a little bit. We do have them coming on. Now we do have, I noticed a few minutes ago, a little baby tomato starting, so our pollination is working. We're getting there. We have a little tomato. It's not even as big as my fingernail, but we're getting there. It's fun. Wanted to point out a couple things to you in case you have a tomato plant that's taken care of this summer. Now, if you notice, I want to show you one thing right here. If we can see, let me get my camera. Okay, so I have a main stem right through here, and then I have a leaf stem coming off of it also, and in between, got this little stem, and that is called a sucker. Now, what I'm going to do is pinch that out. I can let it go and it would eventually become the same size or almost as big as the initial plant. The disadvantage to that is if you have two large plants growing off the same root system, that root systems have to provide nutrients to both, and it could make a difference in the size of your tomatoes and put your initial plant at a disadvantage. So we're going to pinch that out, and those will continually come, so you keep an eye on those. Another thing I want to point out is that tomato plants, if they're and with any plant, it's a good idea to research and know how far apart to put them in a garden. So give them plenty of space. They don't have to be a mile apart, but give them plenty of space. And tomatoes are usually about 18 to 24 inches. So the benefit of that is they share a lot of diseases. Like if they're close enough to each other, if they're touching, then you can share diseases like late blight, early blight. There are many tomato diseases that we haven't got into yet, but there is a need for keeping those plants spaced out far apart enough in the garden so they don't share those diseases. If they're touching, especially if they're wet, that can happen. So a little term I came up with to kind of help you keep that in mind about how far apart to keep them: social distancing. So this is a term, it's not a very hard term for you to learn. I know you've never heard it before, but as I came up with this, I was thinking about plant spacing in a garden. Wow, and if they were far enough apart that they wouldn't share these diseases. So keep this in mind: social distancing, the distance for plants in a garden. So I want you to keep that in mind as you plant, because it's kind of hard to remove them once they're grown. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing good. I really miss you. I wish we could be together, and maybe soon, maybe it was one day soon in the near future, but at least maybe we can keep in touch like this. Stay in touch, stay safe, stay inside, and we'll be in touch later. Bye.